Yes, I was climbing with Rick Wickmeyer. We were doing an alpine route in the spring of 1983. We were avalanched off the route. We fell some 600 meters to the bottom, and I was unconscious for some period of time. When I woke up, I wasn't sure where I was. When I finally figured out where I was, I went over to Rick, and he was dead, and I realized that I didn't realize I'd broken the bones, but I'd broken many of the bones of my body, had internal injuries. I was blood everywhere, and I realized where I was, and I knew that the chance of living was very slim, and I was hypothermic. And so I effectively just laid down, knowing that death was near and it would be an easier way to go. And about the time that I began to get comfortable and warmer, there was essentially a voice over my right shoulder which said, "No, you have to try, you can't die." And at that point, from then on, for the entire day, this voice just gave me instructions. It was a presence. I could feel it over my right shoulder, but I never could. There was no images or no discussion. And it gave me information like, get that down coat, get that water bottle. And then as we moved across the valley, I would fall down and into the snow, and the voice would just say, "Okay, now make these arrows from blood from your face." And I would make these arrows from blood, and the voice would say, "In case someone skis by, they'll see you." For most of the day, we went across the valley, and it was a constant companion. We got to the valley where we had spent the night before, and with a sleeping bag and a stove for, and so I got there, and I realized very quickly that I wouldn't be able to get in a sleeping bag because of the injuries, and I wouldn't be able to light the stove, and that there was very little I could do. So I was sitting there just more or less waiting for the sun to go down, knowing that I would probably be dead in a few hours. But the voice was with me, and it was a companion. I was never scared. I was just there with the voice. And so I was sitting there late in the afternoon, and I thought I saw some skiers go by. And so the voice asked me to call out. So I called out, and I said, "Help, I've been in an avalanche." And then as I was sitting there, the skiers were gone, and the voice left. And I thought, well, that's it. The voice knew that I was dead and had left me. But as it turns out, these skiers actually, they came up and they asked me if I needed help. And I know now that this voice left because it knew I was safe. I don't think I would have been able to do what I did without that help.